Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nodwik Games Room.
Hi everyone. So, I'm going to kind of take over from Nodwik here. It's Athena, for those of you who may not have guessed, although I'm pretty sure my voice is quite obvious by now. Anyway, we have a special treat for you today. So, we are going to be having a lot more content on the channel because we just got our capture card.
Yes, we did. And as you can see from the pretty little title screen, we have
Tales of Xillia, which is the first Tales game I ever played, and I love it to death. So therefore, to christen the capture card, it is our first video. So, we're going to start it off today. I am going to be doing as close to 100% gameplay as possible, so please bear with me. I will try to keep the grinding to a minimum during the videos, so hopefully it'll just be story and side story there. So we are going to be starting a new game plus, as I've played through both the easy, normal, and moderate difficulty settings already. So I'll be starting this on hard, which will give a bit more of a challenge, but the reason for the new game plus is for the grade shop. Now, normally, just to make things a bit more interesting and to speed up some things, I would use my grade for some things. This time around, though, the only thing I'm going to do is increase my item capacity from 15 to 30. So nothing really major. Yes, we're going to begin the settings.
Alright, now don't forget to change the difficulty.
I'm not going to forget to change the difficulty. Hard. There we go. And that's that. We're going to... I think the music... we're going to lower those one more. I think they're all still saved from the last time I played this, but whatever. There we go. So we are good to go.
Yes.
So, the beginning, this video isn't going to have a whole lot of gameplay involved. There is a movie scene as we are going into that takes up a good chunk of the time, as well as a couple cutscenes.
Yes.
It will pick up after that. This little movie scene is going to introduce us to one of two protagonist options, as you can play as one or the other for two slightly different storylines in the game. So meet our first protagonist, Milla Maxwell. And I won't give you much more detail than that, as you will discover that with me as we go further into the game, as to just what her role is.
The spirits are dying. I fear the power of Spyrix is behind this. We should investigate. So how long has it been? 6 years? Time sure flies. Come. Fenmont awaits.
And we see 4 very interesting looking characters there. And there'll be more on them as well as we get further into the story.
Yes.
When man and spirit coexist, dreams and wishes are fulfilled. Such is the life of all who live in Riza and Maxia, where hope springs eternal. The spirits have the power to bring man's wishes to fruition. And in turn, those wishes preserve and protect the spirit's livelihood. Therefore, it could be said that Maxwell, the Lord of the Spirits, is in fact the guardian of all things. In this world, no known evil exists that could threaten this harmonious cycle. But if one did, perhaps it might lurk in the hearts of men.
So that gives us a bit of background on just what the world is like, and we are now going to meet protagonist number 2.
Yes, we are.
My personal favorite.
Hey,
Everyone
so
meet
sorry.
Jude Mathis, the adorable little dork of a doctor.
Hey, sorry. I gotta move.
So, as I mentioned earlier, as you can see, you can choose to play either Milla or Jude. So if you choose Milla, a mysterious young woman accompanied by 4 unseen beings, she comes across as calm, collected, and wise beyond her years. I actually do not like playing as Milla. She uses a sword, and as we've seen in Link, I am really not that good with characters who use swords.
Yes.
There is one exception, but we will get to that when we're nearing the end of this game.
And if you choose Jude, a kind, clever medical student who left home to attend school in the capital city, poised to graduate, Jude is eager to find his purpose in life.
Jude is much more my speed. He's a lot faster as he uses hand-to-hand combat. So we'll be going through his story. For the most part, the story is the same. It just does branch off into 2 separate ones for parts of it.
Okay, let's go.
But for the most part, things can stay the same.
And there are going to be side quests that will differ based on who you choose.
Well, in the case of the sub-vents, most of them some are specific. It's only like 2
You okay?
in the whole game specific
Those documents
to
must be for the registrar's office.
each of them.
Yeah, thanks for
Exactly.
helping out. You sure you have time for this? Don't you have residency training with Professor House?
Don't worry about that. You're in a rush too, aren't you?
Shoot, you're right. Thanks again. You better get moving too.
Right. Crap, I'm gonna be late.
So Jude just steamrolled all of his fellow students.
Again, he's a dork. A lovable dork, but a dork.
Yes. Alright, this gives you a view of the controls for any of you who want to pick the game up. That's what it looks like.
Yep, fairly straightforward. So we need to go find Professor House. So we will be back to look around, talk to people, check anything out. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I will be doing as close to 100% as possible, so be prepared for many sub-events and cutscenes.
Tardiness won't get me any extra credit with a professor. Let's see, what building was he in again?
So that's where we're going.
Yes.
Not very far away at all.
No.
Still far enough that I end up being late.
Professor House, are you leaving?
Well, look who decided to show up.
Yeah. Sorry I'm late.
Worry not, lad. Now, keep this between us, but I've been asked to help down at the lab. Top secret research, they say.
A request right from Orda Palace? Wow.
I need you to keep an eye on things until I get back. You can handle it, lad. Only patients with appointments will be coming in today.
What? Oh, right. I need you to sign my class credit form.
Your graduation thesis is coming along, I presume?
More or less. I should have the first draft ready by Ignis.
That's cutting things close, don't you think? The end of a race is no time to start slowing down. After all, I'm planning to make you my top assistant after you graduate.
Thank you, Professor.
I'll be back in a few hours.
So, as was mentioned, Professor House is
So much for an easy
heading
day.
to the laboratory. So, that is going to be important a little bit later.
Yes, keep that in the back of your minds.
So, for now, we need to go to the examination room.
Yes.
Which is room number 5, which is just down here. I swear I have not played this game very often. I only have close to 100 hours clocked on 2 different accounts.
You folks can't see this, but there's the biggest sarcastic grin on her face that I've ever seen.
Yeah, when I like a game, I like a game. So this is basically the last of the longer cutscenes for the beginning of the game.
I can't believe I messed up my spirit channeling. That's kid stuff. Ugh.
Okay, you're good to go. It's funny, though. There's been a real epidemic of channeling failures today. Any idea what went wrong, Mr. Eldon? Your brain's mana lobe looks tip-top.
I'm not really sure. I mean, I was able to draw out mana like usual, but then it was like the spirits ran off or something.
That's another key point to keep
Like
in the
they
back
were
of your
gone,
mind.
huh?
The spirits disappearing.
Anyway, thanks, Doc. At least I can get back to work. It's my wife's birthday, too. Now I don't have to worry about letting her down.
No more patients for today, Dr. Jude.
You sure this is all above board, Nurse Prin? I mean, students aren't normally allowed to see patients by themselves.
Don't ask me. The professor is the one shirking his duties. He knows full well that urgent patients always show up.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Serves you right for agreeing to
That
stand
professor.
in, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I guess with the amount of mana at his disposal, treating 10 people
It
isn't
should
any more
also be
taxing than
noted
treating one.
that, yes, Jude
He
is
spent so much
considered a
time
doctor,
developing his mana lobe that it skewed his perspective.
but where he is graduating
your
this
pardon.
year, I
Have
should
either
probably
of you
mention
seen
that
Professor
he's
House?
only 15 years
Come
old.
to think of it,
in
he
this
should have been
game.
back by
A
now.
child prodigy.
Why? Did something happen?
We've just been told he's been chosen for
Dorky
the Hell
genius
Prize.
child. That is what he is.
Wow.
That's what
Research
you've named
honors
him.
Don't get any bigger than that.
They want to see
I
him
have many
immediately,
dorky children
but
that
he
I
didn't tell
adore,
anyone
whether
where
in
he was
games or various
Don't worry.
other
He told me. I'll go fetch him.
Sorry for always sticking you with the odd
outlets,
jobs,
I guess you could
Jude.
say.
Yes.
Alright, and we see Jude in his street clothes, so now the game is
No
really
worries,
going
I'm
to get
used to it.
started.
I'll be back soon.
So, this is where we'd normally start hunting down for some of the sub-events and little cutscenes, as some of them are only available here at the beginning. But I believe this is a good place to stop for now. I know we didn't get a whole lot of gameplay done, but that was a lot of reading and listening
And cutscene.
and story in general to sit through, so Won't make you really suffer through much more of that, because it'll be a little bit yet before we get to the action. The next episode, though, we shall really get into the thick of things and really get things going.
So if you liked it...
See a little subscribe button and the like button? Please click them. Or you can leave us a comment, of course.
And share. Don't forget to share.
Sharing is great. Sharing is caring. In most cases.
And knowledge is power?
Yeah, that works. So, let us know what you liked. Let us know what you didn't like. I will try to keep the grinding to a minimum. Where we're going to try to stick with the story so that y'all don't get too bored. Because really, watching anyone grind gets very, very boring after a while.
Yeah, it's 15 fights in a row. Not really my forte.
Yeah. So, for now, we will leave it here. And we will see you next time. This is Athena.
And Nodwik.
Signing off. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.